welcome back to my channel. First I just wanted to start by saying, did you guys see my intro? Like, how cool was that? I'm so super excited to be putting that at the beginning of my YouTube video. I just feel like my videos weren't really branded, so my friend Ruby actually made me that intro, and she's just so super talented. Like, I don't know, it was, I didn't even tell her what to do. She just did it herself, and she came up with that all herself, and yeah, it was just perfect. It was literally what I wanted without me even asking her to do it. If you do want to get in contact with her, if you're looking to get something made or whatever, I'll leave her information down below so that you guys can contact her directly about, like, you know, her work or her rates or whatever it is. But yeah, I just wanted to give Ruby a huge shout out. So thank you so much, Ruby, for making that for me. I absolutely love it. Anyways, back into what this video is about. I'm going to be talking about the Huda Beauty Overachiever concealers. It is a super hyped up concealer right now, and a lot of you guys have been asking me about reviewing it and asking me what color I am and all that good stuff. I'm unfortunately not on the Huda Beauty PR list. Hopefully that happens one day. That would be like my dream, because I love her and I love her products. So Huda, if you're watching this, like, holla at your girl, like, put me on your PR list. But seriously, because I'm not on the PR list, like, unfortunately I can't show you guys like all, I think it was 20 shades that she launched. I bought my highlighting shade, my actual like skin shade, so I'll be reviewing with those so you guys get a good idea of how I like them. And I just thought I would do a full foundation routine using her stuff, so I'm also going to be including the Faux Filter foundation and the Easy Bake setting powder in this review. So to begin, as always, I'm going to start off with my Valencia Liquid O2 color corrector. This is to color correct my dark circles. So I'm just applying this all over my eye. I'm like running low. I'm running low on this one. Might open up a new bottle soon. I literally use this till like it's completely empty. I'll like scrape out every last drop of it. I think I'm on like my third or fourth bottle. I mean, it lasts a pretty good amount of time. I just use it like every day and on clients and everything, so I go through mine quickly. But if you're just using it on yourself, it'll last you forever and it works like a charm. Okay, next I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. This is in the color Brown Sugar, which is 410G. So because this foundation is so full coverage, I'm only going to take about half a pump and see like how that works for me first. You don't need too much because it is a very like thick, heavy foundation. So if you put like a full pump, it might be way too much. And it's like better to put on less and then add on, instead of just like having all this extra product or trying to like layer your face because you already poured it out. I'm also going to add a little bit of the Kiehl's Glow formulation, and I'm going to do about half a pump of that as well. And I'm just going to mix those two together. This is just going to give me a really like glowy base, which is what I like. I've been like mixing this glow formulation into everything and I absolutely love it. So this foundation is very full coverage, like very, very full coverage. And if that's what you're looking for, this is the perfect foundation for you. I feel like it's something that might not be for everyone just because of that reason. I personally do like it, especially when I do mix it with that glow formulation, because it kind of like, I don't even know what the word is, like waters it down. It doesn't water it down, but like it makes it less thick and like less heavy. And because I didn't use so much, like I only used half a pump, and look how much coverage I got out of this. You can see that that glow formulation like really helps my skin look really nice and dewy and fresh, and it really hydrates me too. Because this foundation is a little bit thicker, it gives a little bit of moisture back into my skin because my skin is really dry. Overall, honestly, I do really like this foundation. It's definitely not like an everyday foundation just because it is pretty heavy, and I also think it's not a foundation for everyone. If you're someone that's looking for like super full coverage, you want to like cover everything and anything up and like literally look like a filter, this is the foundation for you. It'll be perfect for like parties, clients, things like that, because it'll really give you that like faux filter look, hence the name. But for people that don't like too heavy of a foundation, I don't think I would recommend this for you, just because you'll find it really cakey. And if you do buy this foundation, for whatever reason, you just like didn't return it, or you want to keep it, or you can't return it, just try what I did, like add a little bit of moisturizer or get the Kiehl's Glow formula, add a little bit of that into there. It'll make it less like heavy, and try not to use too much because you really don't need to use that much. Honestly though, my skin does look so nice with this foundation on. Like it literally looks like there's a filter on it. Moving on to the concealers, which is the main reason most of you guys are watching this video. So in terms of my actual concealer colors, I got two colors. I got Toasted Almond, which is like my skin tone color, and Granola, which is like my highlighting color. I'm going to be using both just so you guys can see the difference side by side. So this one here is Toasted Almond. And this is my actual concealer color, and I clearly used way too much. I took out way too much. It was for the shot and just wasted some, so yeah. Here is Granola, and this is my highlight color. Again, I took out way too much, but less than before, so that's good. So these are the two colors on my skin. This one's Toasted Almond, this one's Granola. Obviously, you can see that Toasted Almond is way closer to my skin tone than Granola is. Of course, this is my highlighter color. This is like my actual skin tone color. I'm gonna blend this out before it like dries up and doesn't blend properly. You can see Toasted Almond blended out, matches perfectly in with my skin. And this side is Granola, obviously. And you can see it's a little bit more highlighted. Okay, so on camera you can't really tell, but Granola is a little bit brighter than Toasted Almond is. But one thing that I really do like about the fact that this is my highlighter color, and that's what they say on the chart that this is my highlighter color, is that it's not super bright like white, which some people do with their highlighting like concealer color. Like it is just way lighter than their skin tone. This actually like blends in nicely with my skin tone. It brightens my eyes. It gives you that, you know, highlighting effect without it like kind of making you look gray or making you look like too white around the eyes. So I've been using these concealers for a few days now, and honestly, Huda killed it with these concealers, and I'll tell you why. First and foremost, my eyes look like they have been photoshopped. Like they look so smooth. Everything is covered up so well. The concealer itself is not cakey. It actually applies like a dream. It doesn't feel heavy. It's not like the Faux Filter foundation where I'm like, okay, you know, make sure you only use a little bit. You guys saw how much I applied onto this side of my face, and it blended out so seamlessly, and it doesn't feel heavy on my face. So the one thing that really stood out to me about this concealer is that it doesn't crease, which is, I mean, like it has its like ability to crease a little bit, obviously, but not like other concealers do. When I use the Tarte Shape Tape, when I use the Too Faced, if I don't set it with a powder around my eyes, you will see like a very defined crease on my eyelids. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can kind of see the crease here, but it's not too heavy. And I mean, that crease is naturally gonna happen because my eyes are creased there, but if you look at it, it's barely noticeable. When I use like my Too Faced or my Tarte Shape Tape or my MAC or whatever other concealer it is, like every concealer has given me the problem of it straight up creasing. Like if I leave it, like I've had this on for quite a bit now, and yeah, it's still not creased. If I had left like any of my other concealers on for this long without setting it, there would have been a straight up line going through the middle of my eyes, and you could like prominently see it. So that is a huge plus for me, like huge plus. For people who have problems with creasing, I would suggest trying this out. Another thing that I absolutely love about this concealer is its applicator. You never really see an applicator like this on concealers, but it is phenomenal. When you apply this under your eyes, it works to cool your eyes down and depuff them, and it actually does, like this applicator actually stays cool, which is amazing. Like I've never seen an applicator like this on a concealer before, and it really does help. And I don't know why no one had thought of this before, but honestly, when you think of Huda, like you think of things that are really innovative. Like she's taking the industry to another level. So yeah, I'm super in love with the applicator, especially because for me in the mornings I have really puffy eyes. I don't always get the best sleep, and it just really helps calm my eyes down. Another thing that I absolutely love is that they come in 20 different shades, and the shade range is phenomenal. Like, the fairest color is pretty much almost like a white for people who have very, very fair skin. I know it's super hard for them to also find concealers and foundations that work well for their skin tone, so that color is super, super fair. And then their deepest color is really, really deep, so I think they did a phenomenal job with the shade range as well. It covers a lot of bases, a lot of different undertones too, and if you're having trouble figuring out what colors would work for you and what undertone the concealer has, if you go on Sephora and you scroll over the colors on Sephora, it tells you what the undertone is. So if you're looking for like a peachy undertone, it'll tell you that instead of you having to like kind of go and guess. And the final thing that I really, really enjoyed about this concealer, and it's not really about the concealer, it's actually about the concealer campaign. When she launched the campaign behind this, and she launched like her testing out colors on different skin tones, all the people that she used were amazingly beautiful people, but they looked like normal people. They weren't supermodels by any means. They were gorgeous people that looked like me and you. She used guys, she used girls, she used people of different backgrounds, and I just absolutely love that. And she's done that with her other campaigns as well, like with the Faux Filter campaign too. She did the exact same thing, and I just really, really respect her for that. I think that's a really nice thing to be super inclusive, because we talk about inclusivity and we talk about like having a shade range or whatever, but then we don't really talk about you know, people that just look like us, like people that are regular people. Like, not everyone has like big lips and a tiny little nose and like a really structured jaw and like, you know, just like all the perfect features in the world. And I think she covered this beautiful spectrum of color, of ethnicity, of different like facial features, and it was just done so well. And that's just one thing I really, really respect about her, because when she talks about being inclusive, she's actually inclusive in every single way. I would highly recommend this concealer to anyone and everyone. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Huda Beauty fan. I mean, I gave you guys an honest opinion about the Faux Filter foundation, but I really do think this covers a lot of bases for someone that's looking for a really, really good concealer that doesn't crease, that gives you good coverage, that doesn't feel heavy. Yeah, I think this just covers it all, and it also helps with like depuffing your eyes. I just feel like it hits everything that you need in a concealer and then some. Okay, so finally I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder to set my eyes. Even though it's not really creasing, there is like the slightest amount of creasing, and I just like setting my eyes with a yellow setting powder because it helps really just brighten up my eyes a lot. So I just apply it under my eyes and over my eyes. This setting powder smells so good. It is a really strong smell, so if you're not like one into scented things, I wouldn't recommend it, but I think it smells great. I also really like it. Again, it gives you this very, very filtered, like clean, smoothed out look. And I'm just gonna wipe off the excess with a brush. I don't let it bake for too long. That's just not my thing. I just feel like for me it looks unnatural. But just look at my skin right now, especially like my bags and my dark circles. My skin looks absolutely flawless. Like, it doesn't even look like I had bags at all. Like, sometimes, you know, when you can see like the puffiness under the eyes or the sunken in parts, it doesn't look like I had any of that, which I do. She's just done a phenomenal job with that entire line, like this entire like foundation, concealer, like baking powder line. It's just so good. I'm honestly in awe as to like how amazing my skin looks too. I literally just can't stop looking at myself in the camera. Anyways, I'm gonna stop admiring myself. I'm getting a little bit conceited over here. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my face and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I got my full face on. My makeup sat so well on top of the foundation, the powder, the concealer. I'm really, really happy with how everything turned out. I just feel so super flawless. So yeah, I would highly recommend everything that I used in this video. I'll also leave my like foundation and concealer colors in the description below so that you guys can kind of compare which colors I chose with the Huda Beauty stuff and which colors I wear with other brands. Anyways, that's all for me today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review on the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!